Busy preparing your holiday dinners, you may have noticed that the price of eggs have increased. The average cost for a dozen grade A eggs is now $3.65, and that's $1.20 more than last year. WALB News 10's Mackenzie Blaze reports on the national and state impacts of the bird flu.
The CDC, H5N1, or bird flu, is a virus that originates from wild birds. Both poultry and cows can contract this virus. Through consumption of dairy products and interactions with infected animals, humans are also at risk for exposure.
I think that people need to be appropriately concerned, and for most people, that's going to mean taking precautions if they are engaging in any type of high-risk exposure. So if they are a dairy or a poultry farm worker, absolutely, they need to be taking precautions.
The CDC reports that there are 65 confirmed cases of bird flu in the U.S., so far, none in Georgia, but many are at risk for exposure. Experts say those with backyard chickens should wear appropriate personal protective equipment when near those birds.
When you think about all the various ways that avian influenza can spread, and the biggest vector is usually wild birds migrating, bringing the disease into an area where it wasn't before, and it's really hard to control that interaction between domesticated birds and wild birds.
In November, the Department of Agriculture announced that over 6 million infected chickens were slaughtered in an attempt to contain the virus from spreading to humans. But recent trends in raw milk consumption have experts worried about those who prefer unpasteurized dairy products.
I strongly advise people not to drink raw milk. This is not a good way to immunize yourself against H5N1, and it might be a very good way to infect yourself with a massive dose of H5N1 that could lead to severe or fatal disease.
Experts say the spread of bird flu from one human to another is rare. It's more likely for an individual to contract the virus through exposure or consumption of infected animals and their byproducts. The University of Georgia is currently one of 5 institutions working with the FDA to test the country's dairy supply for signs of H5N1. I'm Mackenzie Blaze with WALB, your hometown news source.